to see how to make the second and the third part. That is, we are going to make the second one and the fourth. Third one is little bit lengthy, so we'll make it afterwards. So now we'll make the second and fourth. That is, second one is nut and fourth one is the cup. It's very easy, and here they have given the front and the top view for the nut as well as for the cup of the screw jack. First we will start with the nut. Here also it is very much similar to the screw jack body. Here also they are in the front view, they are specified the half suction view. The right half suction is there, and in the top view also they are specified, and using these details we will make the part. And go to sketch, and I am going to choose the front plane. Now also I am going to make a vertical line for construction. If you want, you can make, or you can just make a short line just for choosing the axis of revolution. If you make it as a short line, it shows it is undefined, because the end point of one will be defined and the other will be undefined. If you are making the line from this end to this end, then also it shows it is undefined. So to make sure that it is be fully constrained, I am going to make this one as an infinite construction line. And now I am going to make the rough sketch. And now I am going to use a 3-point arc, and you can use a 3-point arc even if you know the center also, that is not a problem. And now I am going to make sure that these 2 points are coincident, and now I will add a dimension. This diameter is 50 mm, so half of it will be 25. And this inner diameter also will specify. This inner diameter they are not given in the front view, they are given in the top view, and here they are specified there is a threading, square threading of 38 mm diameter and 7 mm pitch. So that means the diameter is 38 mm. So 38 mm, half of it will be 19, and this one is 10. Overall height also they are specified. This one is 10 and overall height is 45 mm. So 45, and this also they are specified, it has the radius is 5 mm, or you can choose the diameter as 10. So it is, they are specified the diameter, so it will be 10. Sorry, the radius is 5. And make sure that this semicircle is tangent to this one. Tangent is already applied. And one more thing we are left, and from this point to this axis, and remember here they are given the overall diameter, that is the semicircle tangent to this semicircle tangent outermost, it is given as diameter 90. Since we cannot make, if you want to measure it, you have to create another line. So that will again be undefined, and if you make that one as construction line also, it will be showing undefined. So instead of that, here we know the radius as 5. So the radius of this will be 45. So we are leaving this 5 mm, so it will be 40. And now it shows it is fully defined. We will exit from the sketch. Now we will go to features tab and use the revolve. By default only one axis is there, and I am going to choose the rotation as full 360 degree over here. If you want, you can change that, and if you want in the direction 2, if you want, I want to be 300 over here, and here the direction 2 if I want to be 60, that is also fine. Anyhow it is fine, but I'll just make it, you can just play around with those features and then click on OK. And now there is a small fillet over here and here of radius 5 mm, so we're going to add that using fillet option over here. I'm going to select this and this of 5 mm and then click OK. And now we'll be making how to make the threads. Here you cannot make the squaring threads, So just see how to add the threads just for the appearance and for the drafting purpose. Here it is asking for the thread location. This is the starting point. And here it asks for the optional start, which is not necessary. And here if there is any offset from the starting point, you can specify it. Here we have to start from this only, so we will not make any changes. And here up to selection I'll click, that is I want it to be till here, or you can just specify blind, anything is fine. So I'll keep up to this and see. And if you have any offsetting surface from this thread, then you can specify this, take the offset and specify the distance. Since I don't have any offset, I'll just not mention it. And actually the metric tapping will be done on the inside, and it is of 38 into 7, so 38 is not available, so we'll just go with 39 into 2, and then we'll click on OK. Now you can see the threading has been made, and now we'll apply the material to it. Right click, edit material, and here they are specified the material for nut has gunmetal. So if you have created the material, okay, and here in the custom material you will be having the option to create the material. First you have to create a new category. That category in the sense whether it is metals, alloy, steel alloy, whichever one you can make, and then right click over there. You can right click on the metals. Since it is a metal, I am going to create it as a metal, and I am going to create a new material over here. And here in the name you can just, in the properties tab, name you have choose to type gunmetal. And if you know the physical properties, that is elastic modulus, Poisson's ratio, you can add if you are going to use this for the simulation purpose. And if you know the appearance, you can add, and if you want, and then click on apply, and then we close. By default the material is added. If you want, you can change the appearance. Go to up here and right click and edit appearance. This is just for the physical representation, just to identify different parts in the assembly. Now we'll go to file and properties, and there we will add the material so that it is visible in the bill of material, and then click on OK. And now we'll save this part as nut. Remember to give the name as the part name given in the assembly drawing, because in the bill of material the same part, whatever the name you have given to the part, for saving the same will be displayed. And now we will make another part, that is we are going to make this cup. That is also the same procedure. We are going to draw only the hashed portion, and here there is one feature extra, this cutting, how it should be done. We just go, we'll use the option Extrude Cut, and then we'll use circular pattern. That is a new option we'll be learning. And go to sketch and choose the front plane. Here also I am going to make a vertical line for construction and for infinite line. And first I am going to draw the rough profile, and later I am going to add the dimensions to it. I'll make sure that this line is horizontal, and I'll just select this line and this, and I'll make sure that it is coincident. Now I'll go on adding the dimensions. The inner diameter is 22.5, so we are going to make only the half. So 22.5 divided by 2, that is 11.25. And the overall height is 42 mm, and this height is 12 mm. So 42 mm and this is 12 mm. And this diameter is 45 mm, that is the bottom outermost edge. So it will be 45 divided by 2. and the thickness of these two is 6 mm, and make sure that those two lines are parallel. Here you can see this parallel symbol, that means the constraints are already applied. So I'm just going to specify the distance as 6 mm, and this inner diameter from this edge to this, it is 38 mm. So we are making half of it, so it will be 19. By default, the outermost diameter which is given in the top view is 65. You don't need to specify that, it is fully defined. And now we'll exit the sketch since it is fully defined. And now we'll go to the features and use the same revolve option. And the axis is selected and the angle will be full 360 degree. We'll click on OK. And now since it is a cylindrical part, you can choose either the front plane or the right plane. I'm going to choose the front plane and I'm going to create a sketch. And I'm going to make this hole over here and cut it through all. So this circle, I'll make sure that the center point coincides with this top surface. And now I'll add the dimension. The diameter for that one, that is, they are given the radius, it will be 5, so diameter will be 10. And now it is fully defined because it already coincides with this. And even though if you have not defined properly, if it shows, just add this one more constraint. Select these 2 points and make sure it is vertical, and make sure this and this line are coincident. If that is done, it will be fully defined. And now we'll exit from the sketch. And now we'll use the option called Extrude Cut. I'm going to cut it with the mid plane. I'm going to cut it a little bit extra itself, but anyway it is not going to affect the part because here there is no part or the surface or the body is not there, so you can just keep it. And now using this, you can just use the option circular pattern. Go to linear pattern over here, and then if you expand that, you will be having an option called circular pattern. In the features or faces, just expand this tree and go to Extrude Cut, because that feature only we need to pattern, or just you can just use the feature, just it will be selected automatically. And in the direction, just specify the direction, that is the axis about which it needs to be patterned. So here there is 2 options, instant spacing and equal spacing. In the instant spacing, you need to specify the that is the angle and the numbers, and equal spacing you just need to specify only numbers. It will be spaced equally, and the numbers will be 4. You can specify in the other direction also, but now we don't need it, and you can just play around with those tools to learn more. And then we'll click on OK. Now you can see it is fully made, and now we add the material to it. And it is made up of and it is made up of cast steel. So let us see cast, yeah. And there are different types of cast steel: cast alloy steel, cast carbon steel, and cast stainless steel. And since they are not specified anything, so we can just choose anything, and we just use cast carbon steel. And the appearance will be the default. If you want, you can change the appearance. For this one, I am not going to change. If you want, you can change. I have shown in the not how to change the appearance. And now we'll go to File, Properties, and we'll change to Material. This one, Material. And for the BOM quantity, Material. And now we'll save this part as the cup. And thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel for more videos like this, and comment below for any suggestions.